All 2008 and up are 25mm, and ABS ironically are more prone to failure than non-ABS. I've seen the serviceable life for non-ABS be 25 to 30,000 miles. Just check to see if you have a non-ABS or ABS motorcycle, as ABS I've seen fail under 10,000 miles, and more often than not under 20,000 miles. It might start whining or whooping down the road. You should be able to roll it smoothly with your finger. And just remember, this ABS encoder is going to face inside towards the inside of the bike. So, and if you have a big 21 like this, you'll want to use a 21-inch ABS encoded one if you have ABS, obviously. And then I like the 6205-RS by Timken, or this Quad Boss one works too. Keep the ABS bearings away from magnets, as the encoder will be trashed and all your work will be for nothing. 14 and up 5 and 7-point rotors may also need Jim's part number 913 for a support plate. A True Track, Touring Link, or Alloy Art stabilizer may be your best bet to stabilize the frame to prevent wobble in corners. It maintains composure with the rear swing arm under hard inputs instead of walking out like it normally would, by keeping the motor and swing arm assembly aligned with the chassis without introducing unnecessary vibration to the rider. This helps prevent the tar snake walk, where your bike gets pulled into ruts and pulls a certain way. This will help prevent the hard double bump felt under hard acceleration for 09 and up. There's Alloy Art RLNS. I prefer the GT2S by Alloy Art for FLT RX 83 through 22. Surely make a world of difference if your handlebars are sloppy or you're opening Pandora's box to replace your handlebars. Just note, 2014 to current models will need a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch longer than stock riser bolts, so plan a hardware store run into your handlebar install. You don't want your riser bushings to be this loose, otherwise you get that death wobble. I like higher speeds. So if they're that loose, definitely replace them. In my opinion, the most overlooked items would be the Swingarm bushing rebuild and reinforcement kits. To see if yours are bad, just lift under the transmission, and then from there disconnect the shock on the top or bottom with one hand on the bike, the other on the tire. Attempt to move the rear laterally, left and right. Any perceived movement is too much and will be exacerbated under a load. If you feel excessively more motor vibration than before, it would be wise to replace the motor mounts while you're at it, since it's just rubber mounted and slowly rotting and being beaten away. If you're in there and want a better than OEM mount, Custom Cycle Engineering combats the motor misalignment for 09 through 16 FLH with the equator. Neck bearings are essential to a smooth ride. They will likely be dry every 25 to 30,000 miles. Inspect, grease, and replace if worn. There's no point in replacing bearings without doing the races, and buying all the tools for this job may just break the bank, but at least you'll have the tools on hand for when your buddy's steering dries up and you'll be able to help them out. So you want OTC 4796, and then the installer for the race would be Jim's 5515. And while you have the fairing all the way down to nothing, you might as well replace your fork seals, because Harley recommends doing that every 20,000 miles. You need 2 specialty tools, 5821 along with 5827 by Jim's. 6 to 17 dyno, drag kit's definitely the best. Got absolutely everything. And for 02 17 V-Rod and 14 up FL, just want to go with the James. Time to do the neck bearings, you might as well get your fork seal. I like this drag because that's absolutely everything. The bushings, top, then James can get you by if you're leaking. So your seal driver, and then the appropriate one for your size. And if you want to fine tune your suspension, you can add more oil for higher compression. And if you add a little less, then you have lower compression. Doing this job worth it, you want to 48315-60, two of those, two new roller bearings, OE 48300-60, and then for the industrials you'll want upper 48361-80 and lower 48365-48. Well, it might break the bank the first time around buying all the tools. At least you'll be able to do all your Sportster, Softail, and Dyna Buddies when theirs goes bad and dries up. To install the races, you'll need 1725, but first you'll need 2232, 2388, 33416-80 to remove your bearing races. You will need a pair of tin snips to cut the old cage off the rollers to get at the inner bearing race, and with part number 1414 you should be able to remove the old race. Once complete, the best install tool I've found so far is Motion Pro 08-0558. Anyone knows of anything better for the lower stem, let me know in the comments below. If you've done everything before this and are still unhappy with your ride, then you could consider aftermarket suspension, or when the time comes that your air shocks won't hold air. If anything was beneficial or saved you some time, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if your friends are having the same issues, be sure to send this video their way. Thanks, bye.